The war. The war, which was not only war, it was deadliest conflict. The World War II. The World War II, in which nearly all of the countries participated. Generally, Nazism and Germany are considered responsible for World War II. But this is not the whole truth. So let's start the short story of war. The conflict, which was started in Europe, slowly it became global war. During World War II, Britain was part of Allied forces, which opposed the Axis powers of Germany, Italy, and Japan, while Britain played a leading role in early years of the war. The biggest setback to Allied powers from Germany was when it captured France in mid-1940s. Japan joined war at 27 September 1941 and this was reached to Asia. And in 22 June 1941, Germany invaded to Soviet and started largest land theater, Eastern Front, which was the biggest mistake. And due to Soviet invasion and Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor forced America to enter war, which changed the whole course. The Allied powers captured the German, occupied France and Italy, and Japan was also forced to retreat in Pacific. With assassination of Mussolini and suicide of Adolf Hitler, in April 1945, Germany surrendered unconditionally. But Japan was not giving up. So America started nuclear attack on it. And in Manchuria, Soviet invasion gets started. So Japan surrendered on 2 September 1945 after attack of atom bomb. And all this was the points and the short story of World War II. And now the question stands that the war which killed millions, why it happens? Generally, it considered that it happens because of Hitler and Nazis. And yes, it's true. But also there are many other factors. Let's see that factors. The factors like Treaty of Versailles. After ending World War I, the big four victor nation of World War I, USA, UK, France and Italy signed a peace treaty at Palace of Versailles on 28 June 1919. But Victor blamed World War I on Germany, and that time there was no any option to Germans, so they accept this guilt. Victor nation blamed Germany for World War I and punished it with seizing its territories, cap on military expenses, etc. The most harsh demand was of the France, because after Germany the most economical loss happens of France. Rhineland was demilitarized and it was made a physical security barrier. France demanded cash and coal from Germany. The demand of France was so huge that Germany paid it off in 2010. And the payment was that much huge, like German pays it after 92 years. Germany had to print trillions of Germany currency to pay French debts, and this led to hyperinflation. And also Treaty of Versailles prohibited Austro-German unification despite large Austrians supporting the idea. And the era was that where Austrians self-known as Germans. Treaty of Versailles was an insult to Germany and it included an extreme wave of ultra-nationalism. So this all was a Treaty of Versailles. So now let's discuss about the Great Depression of 1929. In October 1929, the Great Depression started with the crash of Wall Street stock markets. So the World War was interconnected and Great Depression affected Germany also. And also Germany for their commitments taking long-term loan from the Bank of America. But because of Great Depression, America started forcing Germany to pay back loans in short term. And in 1924, the loans given under the Dawes Plan were helping German industries also which collapsed without it. And in 1933, when Hitler came in power, 33% of German was unemployed. And in between 1930 to 1933, the population of unemployed increased from 20 lakhs to 61 lakhs. Increased government expenditure, unemployment, insurance, other freebies which further worsened the economic crisis. Treatment of Germany, Italy and Japan by victors and the economic crisis due to Great Depression were the main reason behind the World War II. And the reason was rise of fascism and Nazism. Rise of fascism and Nazism. These issues gave rise to fascism and Nazism, totalitarianism and dictatorship were on rise against democracy. In Italy, it is known as Fascivad, and in Germany, it was known as Nazivad. Italy was not given the promised land by Allied under the secret negotiation. Due to the economic crisis and political unrest, Mussolini in 1922 established the first fascist dictatorship. And due to the fiery speeches of Hitler and flawed economic policies by the Weimar Republic, people of Germany lost faith in democracy. Hitler racism and fascism and started advertising Nazism. He became Chancellor of Germany and declared himself as a Führer. Hitler declared German as a superior race, promoted the idea of expanding living space and invade the Poland and Czechoslovakia. Rejection of Japanese demand in Treaty of Versailles, economic crisis due to the Great Depression gave rise to radical elements in Japan. So now let's discuss the failure of the League of Nations. Failure of the League of Nations. The next reason of World War II was the League of Nations. The League of Nations was established in 1990 and its failure to establish rule of law was another reason for World War II. And also the League was not prepared to take action against aggressive invasion by Germany, Italy and Japan. And one more reason for not stopping the World War II was policy of appeasement. Policy of appeasement. The Allied powers did not take any action against Hitler when he announced the treaty because they wanted to use Germany against Communist Soviet. Under the Munich Agreement of 1938, Germany was given the rights of the German-dominated Czechoslovakia and Germany promised not to invade further. In March 1939, Nazi Germany broke the promise. But also Britain and France did not take any action against Germany when they invaded the whole Czechoslovakia. The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact signed between Nazis and Soviets further full German confidence. Officially and publicly, the pact was non-aggression agreement, but it also has secret protocols. Germany and Soviet came together against the Britain-led factions and geopolitical aims. So the Soviet came together with Hitler in 1939 as it threatened due to the Hitler's expansionist policies. After that, Poland was divided between Germany and the Soviet. Not only that, Till 22 June 1941, Soviet did not get involved in war, and to protect its territories kept on invading like Finland and other Eastern European countries. Germany invaded the Soviet on 22 June 1941 and the Soviet entered in World War II. If Britain, France and Soviet tried to stop Hitler appeasement or came together, then maybe Hitler never thought to make invasion, or may that history's deadliest conflict can get stopped. In this war, 60 lakh Jews and 5 crore civilians get killed. And friends, this was some reason for that I tried to explain story of World War II. I hope you get understand and like that.